of whatever it is that you're all right, whatever it is that your heart desires, and so you're worthy of that. And so don't ever let anybody tell you that you are not. The other thing about me, yes, I do run and operate a credit repair company. And
Okay.
like um like Daryl said, that I worked in the mortgage industry for over 15 years. So I got a chance to bump my head and get a bunch of bruises and everything when it came to developing relationships with realtors and stuff. I'll be honest with you. And I tell this whenever I speak to a group of realtors, one of the first things I tell them is like, I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't like y'all. I'm like, I didn't like y'all because my business really didn't depend on them for a certain period of time. And then it got to a point to where it needed to. And then really towards the end part of my mortgage career, before I left Bank of America to run my business full time, I got a chance to know realtors on a personal level. And I got a chance to, talk with some of them and, coach some of them through some like real life issues. And I started realizing like, wait a minute, these people, they're just trying to make a living just like me. Yeah, some of them might seem to be annoying, but they were annoying because I wasn't updating them. I wasn't giving them information about their clients and stuff. And I really didn't understand the importance on how they were connected with their clients. So I got a chance to learn a lot and really dig deeper into the mind of a real estate agent, as well as myself being a loan officer. And so what I did when I got into the credit repair business, that wasn't something that I put on my vision board. If you put being a credit repair person or working with people's credit on your vision board, just put a one in the chat. If that's something when you was younger, you said you wanted to grow up and be, put a one in the chat. All right. Uh is it Demond? He said he wanted to be when he was little, everybody else said a football player. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor. He said, no, I want to fix people credit. All right. We're gonna have to have a talk with him. Scientist. You feel like a scientist when you help people with credit, right? Banker. All right. So most of us didn't know that. And a lot of us got into it because of how bad our credit was, right? And so that's one of the things, even though I was a loan officer, I didn't know a lot about people's credit. All I knew was that when the underwriter said this person would not qualify because of a credit score, what the credit looked like, tell them to pay all their bills off. That's what I did. Okay. I really didn't understand it, really didn't know it until I had some life experiences, and it made me look more into this credit thing. And I even wrote a book about it. 2019, I wrote a book called Effed Up My Credit. It was on Amazon bestseller list. And even in the book, I talk about I do not fix people credit. I just told about my experience, how I effed up my credit. And for those of you that are very holy and religious and seem offended that I said effed up my credit, the F stands for fixed up. And I say that because like when I go to churches and I put my big banner up, I had a pastor one time. He's like, hey, brother, you probably want to, and I'm like, that stands for fixed up. So I think you probably want to talk a little bit more to Jesus because that's your mind thinking that it meant something else, but it really stands for fixed up my credit. So I fixed my own credit and went through that experience, and I put it in a book, and I talked about I do not fix people's credit because everybody started asking me to fix their credit. Another thing I talked about in the book was that if my employer found out about the stuff that I'm putting in this book, they'll probably let me go. Well, fast forward, COVID, I had an epiphany. I said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna help people with their credit. And because I do some work in the film industry. And so I got a chance to work on the movie Harriet and saw some behind the scene things that really kind of provoked me and said, all right, I need to just do more than want to help people with this book. I need to get in the trenches and try to help them from bondage to freedom as it relates to credit. So I got into the credit repair business, started operating my business, and then my manager called me into the office and he was like, hey, Jeremy, let me ask you a question. Did you write a book? Like, yeah, I wrote a book called Effed Up My Credit. He was like, yeah, they Googled you because like Bank of America, they took a lot of y'all fees and stuff so that they can pay people just to Google other employees to see what they're doing. But so yeah, they got people that would just Google the loan officers to make sure you're not doing anything else. And so, we had a long talk and off as long as I can, because then I had to tell them I run a credit repair business. So long story short, they gave me an ultimatum. They said, all right, you can continue to be a loan officer, continue on your track to making six figures, or do your credit repair business. And I just said, you know what? I'm just I believe that I can do it. I had a talk with my wife. She's like, all right, go ahead and take that jump. And I did. And so I left, haven't looked back at the banking industry or even at the bank. And my manager was like, he's like, I hope I never hear from you, because I don't want you to come back. I want your business to be that successful. Well, he actually ended up hearing from me because I ended up was doing some video work, and come to find out he's now a realtor. He even got out of the mortgage space. So I say that to say this whole credit thing is a journey, right? It's not I let people know it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Don't think that this stuff is going to happen overnight. And I let my clients know, like, don't think that, your credit has been bad for like the last 5 years. Don't look at me and expect for it to get better in the next 5 days or 30 days or 60 days. It's a marathon. And so with that being said, it's like, okay, with that being a marathon, the fact that you might not get results in month one, it might take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. The best thing for you to do is to make sure that you have enough business in your pipeline, enough business flowing into you to where, you can minimize your slow months, because months get slow and some people get discouraged. And if they don't get results within 4 or 5 months, or even 2 months, sometimes they'll leave. And so now you lose that client because they didn't get the results that they felt that they should have got. The number one thing is that you want to do, you want to set the right expectations. But when you got leads coming in, from a viable lead source, and my business partner, Damien, he don't even like to call them leads when they're coming from realtors or a loan officer, because, they're very warm. They're not cold leads, right? It's almost like you're just continuing a relationship, and you're just the extension of that realtor or that loan officer. So what I did, in the credit repair space, I looked for opportunities to say, okay, how can I impact the lives of other credit repair business owners? And what I started doing, I started seeing people spending money on all these courses and these coaches and thousands of dollars, and they still don't have one client. And that kind of offended me a little bit, because it's like, day one, I came in with clients. My very first month, I just had clients coming in because of my relationships. And so what I did is like, okay, how can I start empowering other credit repair business owners to do the same thing? So, and you guys have kind of heard about it in a group or things like that, what they in the industry call the post, that I created. And it's a very simple post. And those of you that stay to the end of this call, you're going to get the post. It's just a very simple post, but the important piece is the follow up to it. And I'll explain that and kind of show you what that looks like. All right. So, the affiliates, what we call, I know you guys are called affiliates, but I call affiliates realtors and loan officers, folks that send us business. So, but the big thing I want to talk about the realtors. I want to talk about the ones that, because what you want to do, you want to surround yourself and surround your business with a lead source that is impacted by the service that you provide. And if you provide your service at a high level and you do a great job, they benefit from it as well. And so what better person than a real estate agent? Because most clients, now you got some realtors that got clients that pay cash, right? So they'll pay cash for a house, right? Sometime in our target market, it ain't like that. Most of the people are trying to get a loan and trying to get qualified. And one of the things that stopped them realtors from selling a home, stopped that loan officer from closing deals, is the credit. And I knew about that being a loan officer. Like, I had to decline so many people because of their credit. No, you got a 570, or no, you got a 500. Or I had one guy, he had $1 million house, right? He had $1 million house and he only owed $100,000 on it. So he had $900,000 in equity, and he tried to do a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance, and I had to decline him because of his credit, because he had negative things on his credit profile. Right? I mean, it's, and I get it. Like, we're in a society now where it's like, hey, you shouldn't rent, you need to buy, because it's a better to buy. And I do believe that buying a home or being a homeowner is definitely a pathway to generational wealth. But the thing is that just because you buy a home doesn't mean you can access your equity unless you sell the home. I've declined so many people for a home equity line of credit. And I don't know if there's any loan officers or realtors in this group, but you can kind of chime in on that and give a thumbs up if you, or I mean, if you've experienced it in your personal life, to where just because you qualify for a mortgage to get the house, you want to also continue to build your credit. And that's what I tell my clients. Don't just use me to get into the house. Continue to use me till your credit profile gets to where it needs to be so that you can then take advantage of the equity that's in your home. Because if you can't take advantage of the equity that's in their home, you're no different than somebody that's renting. And sometimes realtors get offended when I say that. And some people say, oh, that's kind of harsh, but it's the reality. I've declined people like that. This guy here that had 900,000, only way he can tap into that equity if he sell his home. Other than that, he wouldn't be able to qualify. So what we're doing, what you guys do, you're connecting people. You're actually changing lives. You're helping people far beyond what they can even imagine, and probably even far beyond what you can even imagine. Okay. So with realtors, so for the industry, what I did, I had a group and I was teaching people and I was showing them how to get realtors, and I gave them the post. They put it out and things just kind of went crazy. And from that, I created an entire course where we had probably about 300 plus loan credit repair business owners to join the course. And people went through it, and their businesses changed. They just say it changed their lives and stuff, and that's just cool to do. And all I did is I took the knowledge that I gained as a mortgage loan officer and then connected it to what I knew as a credit repair business owner, because that's one of the biggest pain points, is getting leads. Where in the world will I find leads from? And one of the biggest sources you can get that from is from realtors, people that are impacted, their business is impacted by what you do and the clients that they have, because their credit matters, right? If that client can't qualify for a mortgage, now that realtor can't sell that person a home. Or if that realtor is having that home listed, if they're a listing agent and everybody that keeps coming to that home don't qualify because of their credit, well, now that realtor got to continue to stick there and try to sell that house. And it's, I mean, you just can imagine just how that goes. So targeting realtors, how do we do that? How do we get into a realtor's face? How do we get their attention? What do we say to them? Let's just be honest, right? If I said, all right, you guys go out tomorrow and talk to realtors, what would be, and you can put this in the chat, and you can put 1 or 2 words or whatever. What is your biggest challenge you think that you would face right now if you had to go and talk to a realtor tomorrow? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Some people say fear. Some people say don't know enough or whatever. Just put it in the chat. Kind of help me out. Now, if it's nothing, go ahead and put nothing in there. I ain't scared. Yeah, that's a big one. All right. Anybody else? Just Daryl? Y'all sleep? Y'all sleep on me? That's why I'm drinking coffee. I'll be there. Went to sleep. Latoya say nothing. Okay. She ain't scared. Anybody else? What if you were to talk to a realtor tomorrow, or what would stop you, or what would be some of the challenges of you talking to a realtor tomorrow about what it is that you do with your business? All right, ain't nobody scared. Okay. All right. So somebody say objections. Nothing. Okay. Objections, nothing. Delivery, not enough info. Okay. Now I was shoot, y'all was scaring me. I thought my mic was off all this time. I did that before too. All right. Not enough info for delivery. They had to think about it. All right. So let's go ahead and address some of them objections. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. One of the things that Daryl said, and that's a big one, right? Like I still even run into that today, is that they think credit repair is a scam because they've used a credit repair person before on some of the. I had one realtor that called me because another realtor referred her to me, and I asked her if she ever had a credit repair person. She was like, yes, I have worked, had my clients go go to a credit repair person. And I'm like, well, what happened? She said, well, I got cussed out by the loan officer because this credit repair person, it just didn't work out. And she was like, and I just, sometimes it seems like it's a scam. It doesn't work. And so I had to overcome that objection or whatever. Number one, you got to me because you were referred by another realtor. Like, you didn't find me online, you didn't Google me, somebody else referred you, somebody apparently that you trust, because now you're calling me. And so, and then I also break it down and I start asking questions about that other credit repair company, because I don't ever try to talk bad about another credit repair company because I don't know their situation. We all make mistakes. Believe me, I know. In the very beginning, I had a client that had an 800 credit score, and whatever reason she wanted to sign up for credit repair. And so I signed up for credit repair, and I'm like, all right, I'll just send letters. But, so what it is that I had to break down to them, like, number one, what kind of letters was that credit repair person using? Were they doing factual? Were they doing consumer law? How about Metro 2? I don't know about that. All right, cool. What kind of system did they have? What kind of flow did they have? Did they do the consultations? Did they scrub the credit report? Who did they use for credit monitoring? I don't know. Well, and see, those are types of things that they really don't know, right? And so you have to be able to ask those questions so that you can get an understanding on what that person done before, and then possibly. And then she finally said, they probably just got too big, And I'm like, okay, well, cool. Well, that happens, for a lot of people, But you're talking to me, we're having a conversation. I'm not that person, and I got systems in place to make sure that if I get too big, then we just continue to grow our team. Okay. And so we don't have to worry about those types of issues. And so that's how you handle some of those objections. You just let them know that, and then you be transparent with them. Yeah, there's some people in our industry that have done fraudulent things and that do fraudulent things. I'm not one of them. Just like there's people in the real estate business that, discriminate against certain people. Does that mean you discriminate against everybody because they do? No, it doesn't. There are churches that do scam. There are pastors that do scams. Any industry, I don't care what industry you pick, there's people in there that take advantage of it and they scam people and they do that. But that still doesn't stop people from, going to church, or it still doesn't stop people from using a realtor. So what you have to do sometime is take something that just makes so much sense, acknowledge it, and let them know, yes, I do acknowledge the fact that there are people like that in our industry. The other thing someone said was not enough information. You'll never learn everything. Okay. And let me assure you this, that the realtors and loan officers, they don't know about credit as much as you think they know. All you have to do is hit them with the difference between Vantage and FICO. Most of them don't know the difference. If you go to somebody and you say, hey, does your clients use Credit Karma? Yeah, they use Credit Karma. Have you ever had a case where they use Credit Karma and they thought they were good, and then they applied for the loan and got declined because their score was different? Yeah, that happened all the time. Do you know why? No, because Credit Karma got fake scores. Well, actually, they don't. Credit Karma uses Vantage 3.0. There's now Vantage 4.0, but Credit Karma use Vantage 3.0, just like a lot of the credit monitoring places. Lenders use FICO. Depends on the lender. Most of them use 2, 5, and 8, and now they're going to FICO 10T. So there's different types of scoring models. And so once you're able to break something as simple as that down to a realtor, they already don't know that for the most part. They don't know the difference between Vantage and FICO. So pick out certain little things that you can learn about credit that you would say, okay, that's my elevator pitch. Or if a realtor says something and I feel intimidated, I can hit them with that, because I know more than likely they don't know anything about Metro 2. So pick some things like that. Okay. So when it comes to enough info, you'll never have enough information. Just learn enough and learn what you can, but always continue to learn and be able to implement that. But pick some things like that, like a Metro 2, Vantage versus FICO, Cushman versus TransUnion. That's a case where somebody was able to sue the TransUnion. So, pick little things like that. And if you ever run out of them, just let me know. I got tons of things that I can send you that you can utilize. The CFPB when it comes to dealing with the CRAs, which is credit reporting agencies. We call them credit bureaus. Just all of those things. Okay. The other thing someone said, all right, nothing. So you good, not enough info. Delivery. Okay. That's a big one. Delivery. Like, what do I say to them? How do I get their attention? And what is it that I say to them? I go to one of the things that I taught the people that were in my course and everything, and even the people in my different groups. One of the first things that you can do is that you can go to an open house. Okay. If you say, okay, I don't know where to find a realtor, I don't know, go on Zillow and look up open houses in your area. And you're going to get tons of different open houses in that area. One coming up this Friday or one coming up Saturday or Sunday. All right. So, and this is recorded. So you guys will be able to listen to this and play this back or whatever. So this is what I do when I go to an open house. Sometimes I'll have my family with me, and I'll walk in the house and people say, well, what are you dressed like? Are you dressed in a suit and tie? No, I'm not in any of that. It's on the weekend. I got my weekend clothes on. I'm getting ready to head to Home Depot, but I just decided to stop by because, this looked like a nice house. So one of the first things that I do when I walk into a house and I meet a realtor, I introduce myself, hey, I'm Jeremy, and they introduce themselves. And I ask them, is it okay if I preview the property? I have some clients that I work with and I get them in a position to buy a home and they might be looking for something like this in this area. Do you mind if I preview the property? When I say preview the property, those are terms that real estate agents use. Okay. And so when I say preview the property, now I've done several things. Number one, even though it's me and my family coming in here, you got all excited and you got out your seat because you thought you were getting ready to make a sale. I need to go ahead and squash that because I don't want you on that type of emotional roller coaster. So I immediately say, I work with people and I get them in a position to buy a home. Okay. So that's already letting them know, hey, don't come for me. My people that I work with, those are the ones that I might put you in contact with. Okay. And then I also show them that whatever I'm doing, because I still haven't told them what to do yet, whatever I'm doing, I have clients, I have people, I have leads, I have potential business for them. Okay. That's the biggest thing when it comes to delivery. That's the biggest thing when it comes to working with realtors. They get hit with so many different things. They get hit with emails, text messages, all kind of marketing things and everything like that. But oftentimes, or not as often as it need to be, they don't get hit with, hey, I possibly have some leads for you. Would anybody disagree with that? If somebody walked up to you, if somebody walked up to you and said, hey, man, you know what? This ain't gonna cost you anything, but I work with some people and I might have some leads for you. What would you do? You're gonna listen to the conversation, right? You're gonna listen to it. You're gonna be open to what they saying. Now, what they say after that, you got to pay attention to it. But that's what's going to open the door. Okay, so now I'm in the house. And I asked them again, can I preview the property? Yeah, I go and preview the property. My daughters, they looking, oh, I like this room. I like that. My wife looking, I'm looking, I ain't really looking that much, but depending on what kind of house it is. Sometimes I would use that to dream build as well. So I would take my kids and my wife to these big houses and stuff to build their dream and to build their vision, as well as mine. And so it's kind of twofold. But sometimes, like I hadn't seen this house before. It's just a different agent, you know what I'm saying? And so I'll walk around the house and look at it. I'm like, all right, cool. This is a nice property, 3-bedroom, blah, blah. How's the area? How's the schools? Blah, 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 they give you all this stuff. All right, cool. Well, tell you what, do you have any cards or any information that I can get from you? Oh, sure. And then they're going to ask you, so what do you do? Are you a realtor? No, I'm not a realtor. A loan officer or something? No. Actually, what I do, I help people with their credit. I help them with credit reconstruction, credit management, and credit education. And I have a few clients that don't work with realtors that might be looking to buy a home in this area, might not. Typically, what I do is I give them a few names of people that they can talk to. Do you mind if I pass your card on? Shoot, no, here's 2 or 3 of them. Go and pass them on. All right, great. So I'll give this to them, and if they're interested in stuff like that, they will reach out to you. Do you ever have people that have credit issues and stuff? Oh yeah, we get that all the time. All right, cool. Well, we can talk. I'm not gonna hold you up. I gotta run. But I got your card. I'll send you a text or email. Okay, y'all ready? All right, let's go. Tell everybody bye. All right, bam, we gone. I didn't give them my information. I didn't flood them with a whole bunch of flyers and a whole bunch of, different things about credit repair. Now, it just depends. Sometimes the conversation goes there because once I throw that little bait out there about, hey, you ever have people that, have credit issues? Sometimes they'd be like, no, everybody get qualified that come my way. All right, cool. Well, that's great. Well, I'll let you know. I'll definitely pass your number on to them. And if they're looking, they'll reach out and give you a call. I put it on them. I put it on my clients And you might say, well, I don't have no clients. How can I put this? There's a difference between speaking things into existence and lying. Okay. You're lying when you really don't believe what it is that you're saying. You're speaking things into existence when you believe and you know that you have this thing that has not manifested yet. Okay. You have clients if you believe that. You have a team if you believe that. Okay. So when it comes to saying certain things, you're not lying. You do. You work with people that you get prepared to buy a home. That's what you do. Okay. But if you don't believe that, and if you're not really doing that, then now you lie. It's a thin line. Okay. So I did a whole bunch of things in that, just the little one open house thing. And sometimes I'll hit multiple open houses, but just from that one that I've had great results from that one open house, and it opens up a lot of doors. So what I did, I didn't come in there with my hand out saying, hey, give me some leads. I came in there with, handing them something, or giving them the hope of having more business. Okay. I did that. I didn't flood them with all these flyers and all of my information. I'll contact them when I'm ready to contact them. Okay. I didn't give them my card. Now, if they ask for it, yeah, here's a card, but I'm just not going bam, 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 here's my card. Okay. Because I don't need you throwing my cards away. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't do that. Going with my family shows that I am a family man, and that, I'm not somebody that's just started credit repair yesterday and I don't know anything about it. I'm just trying to scam people. Okay. I'm not in a suit. I'm in my regular clothes just to kind of show them, hey, I just want to drop by. I just saw this place. I saw your open house sign. I'm just stopping by. I want to preview the property. Very right. Is that a little bit easier for you to get to do, as opposed to trying to be like a salesperson, trying to sell them on the fact that you do credit repair and you're saving the world, and if their client has a credit score of 300, you're going to get them to 800? Is that easier to, and not as forceful as what most people are doing to them right now, or that they've seen? Okay. So those are some of the things that you can do at an open house. And like I said, you can go to multiple of them. So there's no excuse to where, well, I just don't know where to meet them. Meet them on their own ground. I mean, and look, they ain't going nowhere. It ain't like they can say, all right, well, I gotta go. No, bro, you here. You matter of fact, you probably glad that somebody came in and talked to you. Now, in this market, I don't know where, well, no, you guys put it on there. Some markets, it's hot. They don't have time to talk to you, and that's cool. If they don't have time to talk to you, then fine. Just go in the house, speak to them. Hey, most of them have the little pamphlet or the little book thing or whatever. Go ahead and get it. Because now you can reach out to them, and you can use, I think I posted it in the group, the cold calling script. You can use that script on them, because you got their information, and now you can say, hey, I was at the house. Oh yeah, well, that house sold. All right, well, no problem. I'm sure you're selling some more houses and stuff, but I was at the house, beautiful home. Want to get a chance to talk to you. Real quick, I have some clients that might be interested. I want to see if I can pass them on to you. Same spiel. That's the same spiel. Now, with the post, what I call the post, you'll see what that looks like and how that comes across. But that's all you're doing. You're just wanting to put them in contact with your people. And sometimes what I do, I even go so far as to say, hey, look, I'll be honest with you. And so, like I said, I don't say credit repair just because of the perception when they hear credit repair. So I say credit reconstruction, credit management, and credit education. But one of the other things is I do is that, when I tell them about that stuff and all that I do, I tell them, like, I'll be honest with you, these people are like family to me. Okay. These people are like family to me, and I want to make sure that when I put them in contact with somebody to work with, that they're going to be taken care of. Do you have the time to take care of, people that I send to you? Which realtor going to say, you know what? I don't take care of people. No, don't send them my way. I'm gonna mistreat them. I'm gonna abuse them. Who gonna say that? So now when you're like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I take care of them. You don't have anything to say. One of the biggest objections that people get, especially when it comes to sales and when it comes to reaching out to other folks and stuff like that, is I'm not interested. Now you can't tell me you're not interested in anything. What you're not interested in, making money and helping people. Because that's kind of all I've talked about. You don't have to be interested in what I do, because I'm interested in what I do. But what it is that you do, if I can advance it, if I can help that, and you don't have to make any extra efforts, then why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Just think right now, if you don't have to do anything else different than what you're doing right now, but now you got leads sent to you, sent to your inbox and things like that, how gravy would that be? How dope would that be? Like you would really feel like, like you balling. Cause it's like, man, I ain't have to do nothing. This client just came to me. Well, that's how I get my leads. I haven't, I do presentations and stuff like that for realtors when they call me and they wanted me to speak in front of their people and stuff like that. I do that, but I really haven't done I've never done advertisements or Facebook marketing or anything like that. Not saying that I won't, but I just haven't had to, because the realtors, they send people to me. And I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm a millionaire or anything like that. But what I am saying is that there are times when I may wonder, okay, where is my next client going to come from? And then all of a sudden they come. And that's what's going to start happening to you. All right. And I don't know what it is, maybe, and I'll address that, Damon. I'm going to say, I don't know what it is. You're planting seeds, right? When you plant seeds, when you throw the seeds out on good ground, those things are going to grow as long as you nurture them and water them and stuff like that. But it's not your responsibility. God does the growing. You just tend to them, right? And what's going to happen is that you're going to start attracting realtors that come to you out of nowhere. The same group of realtors that I work with, I don't work with all of them, but I have more realtors that I work with now than I did before. Now I still got a book of over 200 realtors that I have yet to even tell them I do credit repair, because those are the people that I got when I was a mortgage loan officer. I just ain't taking the time to do it. But what I'm saying is that your name going to be out in them streets. Okay. Now, hopefully it's not out there now, but if it is, yeah, I remember him. He used to, but no, your name going to be out them streets. And it's funny because I have people that hit me up and like, bro, your name out in these streets. I'm like, man, tell me what about. So Damien says, should I bring cookies, coffee, etc. to the open house? Only time you do that is when, it's a scheduled thing, right? Some realtors that I work with, I already have a relationship with them. Okay. So it's just a matter of, hey, I'm doing this open house. All right, well, cool. I'll come and sit with you. I'll bring some stuff. That's just something like that. Also, when you're doing like a lunch and learn and stuff, you can bring cookies. I'm not a big fan of just feeding people so they can eat my food, because that's what they do all the time. Sometimes they just need speakers to come in and then people just sit there and eat your food. Now, if I do that, I'm going to get your attention. Okay. When I'm standing in front of you, I'm going to get your attention, because I'm probably going to eat more cookies than you do. That's how I'm going to do it. Let's see. Should I go into detail on our process of credit repair in general? I would say no, not at an open house. I don't go into details on that. How long should I be there? Should it be quick or pull up a seat? Just depends on the vibe, right? I'm not a very cookie cutter type guy. I go based upon how things feel. I'm very I try to stay connected to how it feels. Like, have you ever walked in a room? You can put something in the chat. Have you ever walked in a room and it just didn't feel right? Like you just walked in there, like you had never been in that room before, but you walked in there and the vibe, it's just something about it didn't feel right. Have you ever experienced that before? Yeah, the energy was off. Yeah, it just didn't feel right. He said, "Yep, time to go." So go off of that. God didn't give us these abilities. Damon, I'm from Miami. As every other boy, I said everyone. God didn't give us these sensors or this, not a dictator, but an indicator. That's what your emotions are, in my opinion. This is what I believe. They're indicators. They give you an indication on where things are around you. They give you an indication on where you are in the midst of those things. And so if I walk into a room and the energy just don't feel right, or I don't feel comfortable in there, I'll peace out. I'm gone. I ain't got to do that. Or depending on how I feel, sometimes I get to a point to where, wait a minute, Jeremy, your energy is more powerful than this negative energy in this room. So go ahead and be you and do you. And sometime I'll take over the room, and now my energy has everybody else's energy up. So it just depends on how you feel. So I don't plan to stay there a long time, because again, I'm with my family. I'm just driving by. I'm actually headed to Home Depot and stuff like that. And so I'm not trying to sit there a long time, but just depends on how it feels. That person don't have any people coming in. They look bored. They have a bunch of questions. Yeah, I'll go ahead and have that conversation with them. but they have the questions, but then I turn it around to where I'm now asking more questions, and I control the conversation. I decide when that conversation end, and I'm not going to overtalk them because I want them to want to hear from me again. Because you remember, I got clients that I may want to put in contact with you. So I'll be in touch with you. And then what I'll do at that point, I'll send them an email or send them some more information about what it is that I do, maybe send them some reviews that I have or something like that about my business even before I call them. So that way, when I do call them, then, bam, they're looking forward to hearing from me. Also, what I do is that, and this is going way off the deep end. One of the things that I do, because I do video work and I do graphic design and all the other stuff, is that sometimes I'll ask them, hey, when is your next open house? I got another one in 2 weeks. All right, cool. How about this? I'll create a flyer for you. Send me some pictures. I'll do an open house flyer. You can do that in Canva, by the way, those of you that aren't graphic designers. I'm gonna put the flyer in. I'll put your information in there, and I'll put my information on there as well in case somebody needs some, a credit specialist. Is that cool? Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, great. Well, I'll create the flyer. You go ahead and get it printed out or whatever, or you can, as a person CRO, you can print it out yourself. But either way, it's like you're doing something for them. Sometimes what I would do, I would even create landing pages for my affiliates as well. Once they've sent me 10 people, I create a landing page and say, hey, you sending me a lot of people. Let me go ahead and create a landing page. Here's your link. That way I can know that it came from you. I put their picture on it. I put a little nice little property on it or something like that. And bam, it's yours. Here's another thing that I do. I created, let me see if I can pull this up. Is this good, you guys, or what? Like, am I on the right path, or is this information y'all don't think you can use right now? Let me know. Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you. I ain't never heard brilliant before. I don't even know how to spell brilliant. Trying to find it. All right. Let me show this. This is very helpful. All right, cool. Don't be laughing at me. I was bad in spelling for real. And I don't know if there's any teachers on the line. My mom was a school teacher, but y'all used to use this word in a sentence, right? And you give us these hard words, and I have to use it in a sentence. And what I would do, I'm like, all right, cool. I would use it in a sentence. I would say, what is procrastination? Before I knew what procrastination was, and they would mark it wrong. I'm like, I put a period. I put a question mark. I did everything right. How you gonna mark this as wrong? And that's a sentence. At that point, I'm like, all right, the educational system just ain't what it need to be. All right, I'm trying to pull up something that and I can give you guys this too, or just kind of show you how to do it. But I have sorry, it's moving a little slow just because we're on this Zoom and I'm sharing. But can everybody see my screen? Yay, nay, can you see it? All right, cool. All right, so all right, so I did a your guide to buying a home or home ownership or whatever. So I put my realtor on there, one of my realtors. So I can do that. A little bit about her contact information, the road to buying a home, still her information. I'm just promoting her. Put all this in there. Talk about finding an agent. And this is just a template. You can get a template off of Canva. All right. So it just prepares people how to make an offer. And I'm like, yeah, do this and make it a PDF and send it to your clients. And that's what they'll do. They'll send it to their clients. Now, here's the dope part. I wasn't even thinking about talking about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because this is stuff that I give to my students and stuff like that. So I say, all right, create them something or pay somebody from Fiverr or anybody like that. Get a personal assistant to do that. So remember, this is for my realtor. So I say, hey, realtor, I'm going to create you. Once they send me, and you can set it however way you want to. Once they send me about 5 to 10 clients that I sign up and that use my services, I say, look, you're sending me a lot of business, and I want to make sure that you have information that you can utilize that can help grow your business as well. So I'm gonna create some marketing material for you. Oh, thank you, because they're so used to having to pay for that stuff, and they love to have their picture on everything. All right, cool. I'm gonna send some stuff to you. I'm gonna create this PDF or whatever, and it's gonna be just like a little road to homeownership book. I need you to do this for me. I need you to send me your preferred lenders that you like to use and some of your other partners, and I'll put them on there as well. So send me about 4 lenders, send me who does your home inspection, your title company and stuff like that, your insurance agent. Just send that to me, send me their name, their contact information, maybe their website, and I'll get their images and put it on there. Cool, cool. All right, bam. So now they've sent me about 4 loan officers. They've sent me a home inspection person. They've sent me a homeowner's insurance person, and they've sent me a title company. Does anybody know what I just did?
I have to unmute for that. Lead gen.
Lead gen. I've now expanded my potential referral base. Why? Because I got these lenders. Guess what happens? I got their flyer on there and everything like that. Call the lender. Hey Jay, he's one of my lenders that I work with now. Hey Jay, just this is Jeremy from Exodus Credit Service. Wanted to give you a call. Deidre actually had given me your information as one of her preferred lenders. Oh yeah, I'm one of her preferred lenders. All right, great. Well, I'm putting together a marketing brochure or some marketing material for her, and she said that you were one of her preferred lenders. So I want to make sure that I have your website and your email address and all that stuff right, because I'm my team, you can say my team, is creating this for her so that she can give out to clients and stuff like that. Oh, great. Yeah. All right. So I have this. Blah, 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 blah. All right, great. So Jay, how long you been a mortgage loan officer? Man, I've been doing this for 10 years. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, great. Well, I know, since Deidre put your name on here as a preferred lender, I trust her. So, she wouldn't just, kind of put your name on there if she didn't trust you. I often look for people that don't mind working with clients that I'm connected to, trying to get them into getting a home, buying a home, getting a mortgage. Are you open to talking to some of my potential, clients? Are you open to taking on new business? Yeah, man, I'm always open. All right, good. Well, what I'll do once they're in a position and they're ready, if you don't mind, I'll pass your name on to them, and I'll just tell them that I referred you to them. Oh man, great, great. They do all that stuff. All right, cool. So Jay, do what kind of loan programs do you have? What kind of credit scores do you look for? I bet. Great. Do you ever have people that don't qualify? All the time, man. What do you do with them? Well, I just, we just let them know that they didn't qualify, and then, all right, well, Jay, we need to talk. I know you're busy, and I kind of just called you out of the blue, but let's set up a time to talk so I can give you more information about what I do, because I actually do work with people's credit. I do credit reconstruction, credit management, and credit education, and so I think we could possibly work together and get some deals done. Sound good? Man, that's great. All right, good. All right, Jay, got to go. Thanks for the information. When you see yourself on the flyer, I'm going to make you look like a supermodel. All right, cool. Bet. Bye. Bam. Simple as that. I only left out my house once to go to that open house, but look at the potential that I have here. And sometimes what I'll do depends on how the conversation is going. Hey, Jay, yeah, I know Deej referred me to you. Do you work with other realtors as well? Because most loan officers, they have several realtors that they refer people to. Yeah, I actually work with a realtor from such. All right, cool. Well, when we get together, I want to kind of show you a little bit more about what we do. But if you don't mind, like I said, I got clients that's always looking for realtors. I mean, I like to kind of just keep this whole thing going. Do you mind passing giving me their name or information where I can, see if I can connect them with my clients? Oh man, no problem. Why? Because loan officers, they want to bring leads to realtors the same way that me as a credit repair person want to bring leads to realtors. Why? Because they're going to return the favor. So loan officers are in the same position. They want to send leads to realtors as well, because they're so used to asking realtors for business. Now they can go to a realtor potentially with possible leads, or if not that, a connect that can get them possible leads. I mean, it's that simple. right? It's that simple to expand your business. I have 3 loan officers here, and I can get more realtors from that. And then I can get more loan officers from that. So it's just a back and forth. So I'll never run out of potential referral partners. And of course, I'm like Diddy, all up in the videos, all up in, they're going to put me in there. I put myself in there as the credit specialist. Because again, this is going out to all of their clients. Yes, indeed. The leads are high quality. I don't have to do as much selling on these potential leads or these leads because the realtor and the loan officers have already built a relationship with them. And more than likely, 9 times out of 10, that lead coming to me because they've kind of already been slapped down. So they're a little bit more humble, that the pain is still on them right now, um, so yeah, so they're a little bit more open to the situation. Now, me as a loan officer, I'm able to talk beyond credit because there are a lot of people that have great credit and they still don't qualify for a mortgage because of their credit profile. And so you really need to understand how to read a credit report and understand the credit profile and what that profile is going to take to get to where they need to be. And so, but me being a loan officer, I can have a deeper conversation on that, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to have that deeper conversation. You just need to know what's going on and what's happening in that credit profile and what can be done to get that thing better. And that's just from the learning and from, coming to things like this. I know Damien gave some knowledge last week and stuff. And so just learning as much as you can, and just always know that everything that you hear out there on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and that's not always the case. The number one thing that you want to do, you want to try to be as compliant as possible. Now, they make it very difficult for us to do that, but you don't want to make any promises that's not true. You don't want to give somebody a time frame. Hey, man, now what I do, I'll post something. I'll say, hey, man, wow, these results happen in 1 month. Results vary. This isn't typical. This don't always happen, but it happened for this client. So it's possible, but don't come here expecting that. You can put stuff out there like that, but you don't need to put anything out there like, hey, we got this in 1 month. That's what we do, 30 days and we got it done. Because you can't, you can't make those types of promises. You don't know. You send a letter to the credit bureau, they send a stall letter. That's a whole 60 days gone right there. Because now you got to send a letter responding to the stall. Okay. So, all right, one more thing, and then I want to go to question and answer. All right, because you guys have been very patient. What time is it? Yeah, so we good. So we almost at an hour. So let's talk about the post, okay, and what everybody calls the post, okay. And again, this kind of just took the little industry by storm because a lot of people used it, and it worked out very well for them. Okay, so here's the post right here, and I'll make sure I get it to Daryl so he can get it to you guys however way you want to, but I just want to break this down right here. Here's what this post says. It says, hey, Facebook family, does anyone out there know of any good realtors that look out for their clients? That's it. That's all you do is you put that post on there and you let your social media platform do what it does. Okay, now, a couple of things can happen. One, they don't put anybody on that. They don't tag any realtors in that. That can happen. It's quite possible. 2, they're going to start tagging a whole bunch of realtors. Why? Because deep down, we're all good people. Deep down, we all want to help somebody. Like, have you ever helped somebody that you don't even know? Somebody that was in a grocery store that dropped something and you picked it up for them, or somebody that was looking for something on a certain aisle and you don't even work there, but it's over there on aisle 5. Have you ever did that before? You genuinely want to help people. And most of the people we're connected to want to help people as well. What was this? Oh, who's, I don't know who did. What's that? That you, Daryl, with this green?
No, it's not.
No, I'm sorry. That was me accidentally.
Oh,
I was messing with. This is Mary. I'm
girl,
sorry.
girl.
I'm trying to take it off. I tried to fix it.
I put some in my coffee and you done had me scared. I'm like, it kicked in already?
I'm sorry.
Kicked in fast. No, it's legal in Virginia, y'all. Don't trip. But what was I saying? Oh, but yeah. So most people want to help somebody. So when you put this post out there, you're asking your friends for help. Now I know that you've been putting all kind of posts out there as of recent. The credit bureaus, they're not supposed to do this and do that. So most of you people kind of know that you're in the credit repair business, right? Don't trip. You can still do this post. When you put this post out there, most people want to help. So what they're going to do, they're going to feel like they're helping you by tagging realtors in there, because in their mind, they may think that you're looking at buying a home, and they got a realtor friend, and they got a friend or a cousin that does real estate, and they're going to tag that person in your post. Okay. Now it's real important that you do this. Now, here's the other thing. If they don't tag anybody and nothing happens, then I suggest you get you a whole new set of Facebook friends, because they not loyal. Or they just tired of you, right? And so now you need to get some new friends. But the way the Facebook algorithm works is, when you put a post, have you ever put a post out there and nobody responded and it just died off? Or you put a post out there and somebody responded, and then it was shown to other people and somebody else responded, and then it just kept going because you kept it alive. And that's what Facebook wants. The algorithm looks for engagement and activity. So when someone tags someone else in there, that's good engagement. And so what happens is that when you put a post, it probably only shows to about 20 people. You got 4,000 friends, but initially it only shows to about 20 people, and you cussing all your friends out because they ain't supporting your business. They ain't even see it. So you put the post out there, it goes to about 20 people. If there's some type of engagement, somebody make a comment, somebody like or whatever, now it opens it up to another 20 more people, or another 40, or another 80. That's how it grows. And even still, you got 4,000 friends, 9 times out of 10, everybody's not going to see it. Okay. Because eventually the comments and the engagement stop. What you want to do, you want to keep hope alive, right? So when that person tags them, and this is the next thing that I talked about, right here, is this part. Yeah. All right. So if someone tags an agent on your page, the first thing you want to do is that you want to click like or click love to that comment. And then you want to comment right under it. So if let's see, if Cherie made a post on your page and she tagged Daryl as the realtor, you want to click like or heart or whatever to Cherie's post. And then you want to go down there and reply to Cherie. Thanks for this information, or thanks for sharing, or thank you, just anything. Okay. Because what you're doing is that you're trying to keep the engagement going, so this post can be seen by more and more and more and more people. Okay. Now you don't have to rush the process. When I first put this out, people did it, and I didn't think it was going to take off like it did. So I didn't even have, okay, here's what the follow-up stuff is. So people were going crazy. They had like 30, 40, 50. One person had over 300 comments on her post. So, but I ain't, like I said, I ain't know. Okay. But don't panic. Don't trip. You don't have to rush and contact this person just because they got tagged. They got tagged. You got that information. You can respond a week or two later, because your friend tagged that person. So there's no kind of time constraint on when you're going to contact that person, because you haven't even contacted them yet. Okay. So now what you want to do after that is you do want to, once you get to a point to where you want to go ahead and engage, inbox that person. Okay. Hello. Or no, hi. I'm friends with Cherie or whoever referred them, and she referred me to you. Ask about connecting me with good realtors in the area. Can I call you within the next few days or next couple of days? And if they respond back, and this is DM, they respond back, yeah, just give me a call. Bam, bam. They're gonna put their number in there. Now you got an affiliate contact. If you can't get to that person in a couple of days, then maybe in a couple of days say, hey, I'm really busy. I'm trying to get some new clients onboarded, but I promise you I'll give you a call. Just give me some time. Oh, no worries. Now you just really pique their interest or whatever. Okay. You probably get a friend request and all that other stuff. So I'm not going to read through all this because you guys are going to get this. But the whole idea is to utilize something as simple as that, as simple as social media, as simple as Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're using, to get other people to refer those folks to you. Because before you know it, you're going to have a list of about 10 or 20 different realtors in your database that now that you can contact, and you can send them a DM message, just like I told you here. And now you got their phone number and their email address. And now you can start utilizing some of the email scripts and all that other stuff that I have in there. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this is very simple. Like I said, the engagement was very high on this. And you guys have probably seen this picture before. But just people just talking about all the stuff that's happening to them. You know, somebody put a post, they got 82 recommendations. You know, her post reached about 182 people. She got 7 comments, but she booked her first real estate class. This one here reached out to 11 realtors and mortgage loan officer. One told me no. One said, I just got my credit repair specialist 2 months ago, but she's still engaged. 217 reaches. All right. So something as simple as that works. Something as simple as what I'm telling you, where we don't have to overcomplicate this thing. Okay. We're in today's society. We have technology and everything. Nothing needs to be overcomplicated. People know that their credit is bad. There are people getting bad credit every day. So there's not going to be a business to where it's going to be oversaturated. So you never have to worry about that. It just depends on where you are, who you connect with, and work with the ones that want to work with you. That's it. Those that don't, they not ready. Like I got more clients and even more realtors that I don't work with than what I do work with. They're just not ready. And that's cool. But eventually when they're ready, they know where to find me. So hopefully this was helpful. I know, Daryl, we're going to do some giveaways because I know you guys are just be on fire with stuff. And it's like, there's no way that I can't give something away to this group. So Daryl is going to decide how he wants to, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to give away 3 of the courses and also 3 one-on-ones to where we talk for 30 minutes to an hour if we want to do a one-on-one, so we can go get a deeper, a deeper understanding of what this thing is. But first I want to see, does anybody have any questions?
You guys definitely put some love in the chat if you guys got any value on tonight from what Jeremy shared. You went hard for an hour straight. Y'all got to show him some love for pouring into the group.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Any questions? Anybody have any questions before we come to a close on this? Before we close out the service.
No, everyone.
Do you assist a lot? I am so sorry. Excuse me, Darren. Do you assist a lot of business owners as well? Or when they're coming to you, are they primarily coming to you to assist with their personal credit? Because obviously, even in order to be able to get business funding, depends on where they are in life. You may also need their personal guarantee, or what are they coming to you for, if at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Most people that come to me are coming from the real estate world. And they're trying to buy a home just because that's where my lead source is. But I do get people that come to me that's kind of aware of business funding, but they know that their credit needs some work. So yeah, we'll still help them with their credit. But if there's somebody, we work with other people that do business funding, like Daryl. Daryl does business funding. So anybody that has credit issues of the people that he work with, he just put them through the system or have a way he does that. So I work with other business funding people as well that actually have their own credit repair business. And so they end up doing it themselves. But if ever I get a client that is not connected to someone that's doing business funding, but that's what they want, then, I'll help them with the credit. I just haven't targeted folks that are looking for business funding. I don't know if that answers your question or not.
That did. Thank you.
Okay. Another thing I do too, I also work with realtors that need their credit fixed, because I work with a lot of them that they got to fix their credit and stuff like that too. So so don't ever hesitate to extend that offer to realtors that you're actually trying to get leads from. And a lot of times, once you build that rapport, they gonna just fess up to you as well. Shoot, I need to do it myself. Well, come on, go ahead and get started, and experience what your client's gonna go through.
I was thinking that you might you don't have to go in full detail or what have you, but just give them like a quick synopsis on how factual disputing is what most credit repair consultants do, and how Metro 2, our process is different. Just a quick little,
Yeah.
synopsis.
Yeah. So with factual disputing, most credit repair business owners use factual disputing. I'll be honest with you, a lot of us have came through one particular company, one particular software. Whenever we Google credit repair and trying to fix your own credit, there's this number one credit repair company or software that that pops up. And most of us come through there, and they only do factual disputing. They only teach factual disputing. They're not for Metro 2. Okay. And so what it is that most people use factual. So that's why I can have that conversation with a realtor and say, is your person using factual or Metro 2? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, most likely they just send these letters and stuff like that, right? They still don't know. All right. So factual, most people are using factual, and most people are using template factual letters. And what happens is that you just think about it. If this company, let's say this company has about 100,000 credit repair business owners, right? And everybody's using the same templates. All right. The credit bureaus, they got more money than just about all of us, right? Don't you think they have technology that picks up on that stuff, that picks up on these template letters and stuff? Yeah, they do. And so what happens is that those letters get stale and they're not as effective. But this particular company, they really don't care about that because they're just bringing on new people, new people, new people. They're just, it's a numbers game. It's like the difference between McDonald's hamburgers and Five Guys, right? I don't know if you guys like Five Guys or whatever, but McDonald's, they can sell a burger for 99 cents. Five Guys ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna sell it for 99 cents because they feel like they have a more quality burger. Now, when you compare the two, McDonald's has more money and they're bigger than Five Guys, but Five Guys is still holding their own even at their price. And so it's just a matter of reaching the people that's going to, fit what it is that you're trying to do. And that's what happens. A lot of times people are tired of those factual letters, those simple letters or whatever. I'm not saying that factual doesn't work. I still send factual letters, but I mix mine up. I just don't send all factual letters, and sometimes I write my own, or I make sure that it's not a template or it doesn't look like everybody else's, right? But I also use Metro 2. I put Metro 2 in there. Now, here's the difference: factual challenges the facts that's on their credit. Okay, Metro 2 factual challenges what's on their credit or what's being reported. Metro 2 challenges how it's being reported. Okay, if there's data missing, if there's base segment fields that's missing. So when you look at a credit report, there's certain things that are required that are supposed to be on there. That's a standard. Just like Damien gives us example of a McDonald's. And I think I'm hungry too, so I'm probably talking about all this food. That a McDonald's, no matter how good they are or whatever, if it's not wheelchair accessible or handicap accessible, then they're out of compliance. So what happens is they can get shut down because they're out of compliance. Well, Metro 2 is a compliance format. It's a language. It's a standard that the credit bureaus agreed to it. They came together, the CDIA, they all came together and say, this is the standard we're going to go by. It used to be Metro 1, now it's Metro 2. This is the standard we're going to go by. We're going to adhere to these guidelines. And when they don't follow those standards, a lot of times it makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker to get better results because now you're talking about the standards as opposed to something that's factual. All right. Was that good, Daryl, or was it you needed more?
Yeah, that was good for me. Did you guys get that?
Good for me.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions about the realtor connections or anything about that? Okay. All right. So what we've decided to do, and I had a conversation with Daryl, like you said, we're going to give away, and Daryl, however way you want to do it, you just let me know. But we also, for those that don't get it or don't win it or whatever, normally my course right now, it's like $197. People pay $197 to get access to the entire course. And matter of fact, the entire course goes through a bunch of stuff. Let me see if I can share this real quick. All right. So it goes to a bunch of stuff, right? It talks about who they are, where to find them, when to walk away, question and answers, in these streets, social media, cold calling, handling objections, nurturing, your operation, getting warm leads, what to expect from you, mortgage basics, mental check. We talk about that a little bit, free services, This is a wrap up, and each one of those have question and answer section. And these are live question and answers that I did with the very first crew that came through. And then we also have bonus material where I show you some affiliate presentations that I've done, via Zoom or whatever. So you can kind of look at that and get some ideas from it and set your presentation however way you want to. These live discussions are in here as well. Just another affiliate presentation. I even have a client presentation, the home buyer's guide, as well as about 12 months worth of nurturing emails. Okay. And with a realtor, you don't have to contact them every other day with these emails and nurturing. You can hit them up once a month, and that's good enough for them. So normally the course is $197, but what Daryl said is like, he wants to make sure that you guys are taken care of. So Infinite is going to take care of the difference. And so I'll give you everybody the coupon code, and the coupon code gives you $150 off. So you're only paying $47 for a 6-module course with all of this information. And the cool thing about it is that once you get access to the course, I still add stuff in there. So whenever I'm doing classes or I feel like it's great content in here, then I'll add that stuff in there. We even have one of the questions and answers where we have a celebrity on there as well too. Damon, you remember that night?
NWA.
NWA. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. He don't know nothing about credit, but hey, he joined the call. All right. So Daryl, I'm good. I'll make sure you get all the links if nobody have any questions.
Dope. Definitely appreciate you, man, for this. So yeah, you can drop the course or whatever, then the promo code or what have you. We actually have a winner. It's out of Sherry or Sparkle. You guys are gonna have to get with me. I actually took a picture of all the participants that joined tonight, and I'll have to go through and do a count or what have you, whichever is out of you two, whoever brought the most affiliates on. But once we figure that out, one of you guys won the course for free, and also you won a free call with Jeremy as well. So we're actually giving away 3 of those. So the second one is going to be, we want everyone to make that Facebook post. I actually just made that Facebook post since we've been on this call on my business page, and it's already blowing up. I got I think 5 referrals. I had one lady, a lender actually referred over a realtor. She's like, hey, I'm a lender. We should connect as well. Yeah, so that's pretty dope. So definitely you guys want to make that post on your page right now, and we're gonna track that and see whoever gets the most engagement on their post, they will also win the course for free and a call with Jeremy as well.
Hey Daryl, what's the best way to give everybody that post? Should I put it in the chat, in the Facebook chat, or what? Because that way they can just copy and paste, or what?
I think that contest should be exclusively for the people on this call, huh?
Okay. That's cool with me. So I'll put that in the chat right now. So if you guys can just copy and paste it, so that way you'll have it, because it's really just that one line, hey fam, blah, blah, blah. But then all the follow-up instructions and stuff like that is in there. And so I don't want you guys to miss out on that.
If you send me over that, what I can do, I'll just make a PDF out of it and I'll post in the Facebook group and have it underneath the files tab.
Okay. All right. And so, but the people that's not on the call in the group, you still want them to have access to it, or what?
Yeah, so I still want them to make that post. They just won't qualify for the contest on whoever gets the most engagement.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So I'll send that to you now. It's yours.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
And you guys, however, if you want to reword it or whatever, just to fit your vibe, then, have at it. People take this all the time and kind of do a remix on it, and I ain't got no problem with that.
Dope. Well, yeah, definitely appreciate you. We'll be announcing the winner for tonight, and you guys definitely make that post tonight, and we'll be announcing a winner. I wonder how long should I give them? What is it? Tuesday?
Yeah, I would say till Friday. Like if they can make this post and see what kind of engagement they got until Friday. you know, I don't know, it's up to you. I mean, the offer stands. I'm able to keep this coupon code open till the end of the month. So, you know, because when people come in, we get 100 people come into this course and stuff. Like I find myself still having to do some work, and I don't have a problem with that, but I can't have 2,000 people coming into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
She said, can we tag?
Tag what?
You're just talking about tag people on that post.
No, I wouldn't tag it. I would just put it out there first. I mean, you can always go back and tag, but I've never had to tag people. You know, that's almost like, yeah, you trying to see who genuinely wants to help. But you know, when you tag people, it's like some people don't like for you to tag them like that. You know, it's one thing if you're tagging them to connect them with possible business, but when you're tagging them just so they could do something for you, some people don't like that. Yeah, fishing and being forced.
Oh. Okay, dope. So yeah, it's been a great training. Appreciate you for your time. Hopefully you guys got a ton of value. We got a lot of great stuff to implement. You know, most people have already been killing it as far as just online marketing, Facebook and social media. You know, Jeremy definitely dropped some diamonds on how we can really move this thing offline as well. Like he's had a very successful credit repair business for years, and he hasn't done any social media marketing. Completely offline, like, you know, and meeting people, shaking hands in person. So that's a game changer. So we're able to like mix both of those strategies together. Everybody can really take their business to the next level. So yeah, everyone have a great evening. We'll drop all that information. I'll drop the recording as well later on this evening. And yeah, y'all have a great night.
All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you again, Daryl.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all take care.